Welcome folks to Pixel Football, where today I'm reacting to a top 100 list that you may have seen doing the rounds. Someone in all of their wisdom has tasked ChatGPT to compile a list of the top 100 England players of all time. Obviously, I don't know what they're basing this on. I believe it's been created by Sports Bible, but guessing at the graphic they've used, it's more geared towards how players have performed for the England national team. So let's take a look and see how well AI knows its stuff. But before we dive in, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me topple the YouTube algorithm overlords. And as we go, let me know in the comments what you think of this list. Okay, so kicking off, number 100, Andy Cole. Okay, Andy Cole, brilliant footballer, underrated in many ways, scored so many goals, but as far as England goes, I believe he actually only ever scored one England goal. So straight away, that makes me doubt what they're basing this on. 99, Michael Carrick, okay. 98, Carlton Palmer. 97, Jermaine Defoe, and then Peter Crouch. That 96, Tom Cleverley. I mean, he barely played for England. He probably had 10 caps. I say I don't know they're basing this off England performance, but how are they basing Tom Cleverley in the top 100 England players of all time? Tom Cleverley, I'm not sure how he's got in there. 94, Owen Hargreaves. Nah. My worry is this is going to be really heavily based on 2000s football, and it's a bad start. So far we've got Michael Carrick, Defoe, Crouch, Tom Cleverley, Owen Hargreaves, and Eric Dyer. I mean, how is Eric Dyer in this list? 92, Viv Anderson, solid. Won the league, played for England multiple times. Okay, 91, Billy Bonds. So this confirms this can't be for the England national team. I don't believe Billy Bonds, whilst he had a good career, I don't believe he ever played for England. So this can't be based on the national team. But I mean, as a top 10, that's a bad start. 90, Trevor Francis. Okay, 89, Jimmy Armfield. I think he was part of the 1966 squad, but didn't actually play. And then followed by Brian Le Bon, who played for Everton all of his career. So we've got two players here, Brian Le Bon, Jimmy Armfield, one club men. Neil Webb, okay. Danny Mills, no. Sean Wright-Phillips, good player, not in the top 100 of England players of all time. Harvey Barnes, how is Harvey Barnes here? No. Callum Wilson. Okay, it looks like we're heading into a stream of players here who haven't really fulfilled their potential. James Maddison, Conor Gallagher, Mason, all really similar types of players. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Mark Gahey. Okay, at least he's performed for England at national level in a full tournament. Tyrone Mings, Tamori, Chilwell. It's just it's a big bunch of players grouped together, just really underwhelming defenders. How they've got into list, I have no idea. Reece James, talented player, but injury stricken, so he's not really been able to achieve what he could potentially have achieved. Back to average defenders, Danny Rose. I mean, at least Kieran Trippier has been a good servant for the England national team. He's played in semi-finals, finals. Declan Rice, again, I love Declan Rice, solid player. Hasn't really achieved a lot yet to warrant being in a top 100 England players of all time. So we've got a lot of just averageness here. And then we've just thrown Tony Curry in. Okay, and then back to Adam Lallana. I mean, Adam Lallana. Okay, moving on. 88, Paul Ince, solid player, performed well for England, had a good stint abroad, playing in Serie A, won the title with United. I can see why he'd be in the top 100. But then following that straight up with Aaron Lennon. How's Aaron Lennon gone ahead of Paul Ince? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, finally, someone who's actually really should be in this list, Stan Mortensen, scored a hat-trick in an FA Cup final, scored some milestone goals for England. Finally, we got some really good players. Nat Lofthouse, another legendary player, in at 65. We're already into this list quite heavily. And we got to Nat Lofthouse, which is a little bit concerning. Roger Hunt following him. Alan Ball at 63, a hero of the 66 World Cup winning team. One of England's best players in that tournament is in at 63. I mean, who's going to be above him? I'm a bit concerned. Darren Anderton. How is Darren Anderton ahead of Alan Ball? How does that make sense on any level? And then just above Darren Anderton, we've got Jack Wilshere. I mean, that's a weird pairing. Why have they lumped those two together? Both a bit sick notey. And then Danny Welbeck, 59. I love Danny Welbeck, but come on. Jordan Pickford, 58. Should he be as high as 58? Probably not. Phil Neville at 57. And then Gary Neville at 56. They couldn't be bothered to separate those two. They're just lumping together. 55, Joe Hart. He shouldn't be that high. Debatable whether he should be above Pickford. Saka in at 54. Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips. The 53rd best England player of all time. Better than Nat Lofthouse. Better than Alan Ball. Forget Alan Ball. We've got Calvin Phillips. James Milner. 52. Okay, Nobby Stiles, 51. Played every minute for England in the 66 World Cup. We're basically halfway. Anyone above here is better than Nobby Stiles. So we've got, starting off with Teddy Sheringham, okay. Ian Wright, a national icon, national treasure. Theo Walcott, 47. Chris Waddle, really good player. Peter Beardsley, really underrated. Could be higher. Ray Clements, one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, in at 45. David Platt, number 44. Leighton Baines. Leighton Baines above Alan Ball, Gary Neville, Calvin Phillips. He's probably better than Calvin Phillips. But just above Leighton Baines, we go to Jack Charlton. Just scraping in above Leighton Baines. Phil Foden, okay. He's never really done well for England. He's won a lot of league titles. He's won the Champions League. Still a long way to go in his career. I probably wouldn't have him as high as 41. But then just above Phil Foden, we've got the powerhouse of Emil Heskey. Don't even really know what to say about that. Steve McManaman, he shouldn't be this high. Joe Cole shouldn't be this high. So Declan Rice, we've already had Declan Rice, haven't we? Yeah. He was at 71. This is classic AI. Okay, 37, Declan Rice. Again, I thought he was doing quite well to get into 71. Starting to get a bit worried now. We're getting into the 30s and there's a lot of players missing and they keep throwing in random players. 36, Jack Grealish. Everyone loves Jack Grealish. How can you not? And he's won lots of things, but no. Jamie Vardy, he obviously shouldn't be this high. You can't beat that story of Jamie Vardy coming up through non-league, winning the Premier League, winning the Golden Boot. Trevor Brookin, okay. Jude Bellingham, 33. Again, I think it's too high. He's taken over kind of the England national team, really, but not yet, not this high. Kyle Walker, again, solid career. Dele Alli. That's all going wrong. Okay, number 30. Right, we're into the top 30. This should be creme de la creme. So I don't want to see any weird choices again, like Leighton Baines and fucking Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips. Number 30, Terry Butcher. Cult figure. Okay, fair enough. 29, Tony Adams. Fantastic career. Captain England. Good choice. 28, Glenn Hoddle. Brilliant. 27, Martin Peters. Never 66 hero. Ahead of his time. Okay, we're doing better. 26, Billy Wright. Okay. 25, Raheem Sterling. Okay, it's going wrong again. I think you could argue on a top 100 list that Raheem Sterling might sneak in there. Not 25. Not in 25. And then he's really gone off a cliff. Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson at 24. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sol Campbell, 23. Ahead of Tony Adams? No. There's some really weird pair, like here, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry. Like weird couplings where they just lumped kind of similar players all together. That's definitely an AI thing, isn't it? Okay, into the top 20, we've got Jeff Hurst. Literally scored a hat-trick for England in the World Cup final. There can't be any weird players above Jeff Hurst, okay? 19, Paul Gascoigne. Would probably be higher in most people's lists. 18, Michael Owen. Shouldn't be above Gaza. Did win a Ballon d'Or, to be fair, so fair enough. Tom Finney, okay, back to the legends. 18, Stanley Matthews, excellent. 15, Brian Robson. I probably wouldn't have him that high. 14, Paul Scholes. Didn't do it for England particularly, but obviously achieved so much domestically. Ashley Cole, considered, Greatest England left back potentially of all time, definitely of his own generation. 12, Gordon Banks. Okay, 11, Peter Shilton. Again, weird coupling of those two together. Should Shilton be ahead of Gordon Banks? Okay, into the top 10. Jimmy Greaves, fantastic pick. 9, Alan Shearer. Is that too high? Maybe a bit of recency bias over Jimmy Greaves, something like that. Gary Lineker. I think I'd have Jimmy Greaves above Lineker and Shearer for me, but okay. Frank Lampard. Ugh, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be above players like Jimmy Greaves, Stanley Matthews, then Steven Gerrard. Again, the lumped Gerrard and Lampard together. For me, I'd have players like Stanley Matthews above your Frank Lampards, maybe your Steven Gerrards. David Beckham, number 5. Again, it depends what you're measuring by. You know, he was England captain. He played all around the world for some of the biggest clubs. It became an icon, an idol. So in terms of kind of status, yes, he probably should be up there. Number 4, Wayne Rooney, amazing player. Again, I don't think he achieved as much as he could have achieved. I would probably place some older players above someone like Rooney. Harry Kane, number 3. No. I mean, he scored a lot of goals for England. You can't have Harry Kane at number 3. I mean, you shouldn't have Harry Kane above Rooney, I don't think. I think there's an argument to have Greaves, Hurst, Shearer above Harry Kane. Lineker potentially above Harry Kane. He should not be in top 3. Okay, number 2, Bobby Moore, World Cup winning captain. Fair enough. Number 1, Bobby Charlton. Hard to argue. I mean, that is garbage, isn't it? I mean, we're missing a lot of players, aren't we? We must be missing a lot of players. Fucking Leighton Baines is on here. I mean, that is a terrible list. Where's Kevin Keegan? He won the Ballon d'Or twice, didn't he? He didn't make the top 100. No room for him. No. Tom Cleverley's in there. Where's John Barnes? The greatest England player of his generation. Scored an iconic goal against Brazil. Where's players like, if we're going on kind of cult heroes, like, the Terry Butchers of this world, where's Stuart Pearce? Des Walker, another solid player. Players like Dixie Dean. Yeah, yes, we did have some historical players in there, but Dixie Dean should be in there. There's so many average players from like the noughties and currently. Right, let's recap. Let's go through again. Eric Dyer, Harvey Barnes. That's just a weird choice. So many players who've just not quite. I mean, Mason Mount, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, their careers have been blighted by injury. How can they be on the list of the top 100 England players of all time? Declan Rice, twice. I mean, how was Nat Lofthouse in 65? Calvin Phillips is the one that gets me. I mean, should we be putting our future in the hands of AI? I mean, some people are worried about the impending apocalypse where the robots take over. This is an early warning sign, in my opinion. Harry Kane, number 3. I mean, Guys, that is a shocking list, isn't it? Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. That is a shocking list. Tell me where you think it's gone wrong. There's a lot to comment on, so let me know your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. See you again.